Did this man rediscover ancient high technology? His name is Elizondo. I'm probably completely butchering that name, but let's call him Ed. And he seemingly rediscovered lost high technology of the sort that may have built the pyramids. We're talking levitation and just really amazing stuff. And he did it some years ago. So let's go through this story because it's super fascinating. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and as I'm going through the story, please comment below and let me know what you think. You can also become a channel member to support the channel and help me make these videos as strong as I can make them. If you do that, you'll get exclusive access and videos. Just see the link in the first line of the description below, or you can simply leave a tip in the tip jar with a super thanks feature. The Mystery of Coral Castle. Between 1923 and 1951, a diminutive Floridian single-handedly and without heavy machinery moved 1,000 tons of limestone, creating out of it a castle. This is his story. The builder. Very little is known of the mysterious creator of the Coral Castle, Ed Elizondo. Born in Riga, Latvia in 1887 to a family of stonemasons, hence, Ed immigrated to the U.S. sometime around 1913. Blah, 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 blah. After he bought a parcel of land in Florida City, he began to work on the castle. A loner, 100-pound, 5-foot tall, Ed refused to let anyone even watch him work, and no one is known to have helped him move, carve, or place the massive stones. When asked how he manipulated such large blocks alone, Ed would explain that he had discovered the secrets of the pyramids. What? The castle, originally named Rock Gate Park, the Coral Castle was first erected at Ed's remote Florida city home. Fearing the loss of privacy as development moved closer, Ed transported his castle with the aid of a truck, tractor, and trailer 10 miles north to its present location. Not really coral, the huge stones that comprise the castle are composed of oolitic limestone. The coral designation came about later when visitors noticed fossilized coral and shells in some of the rocks. The average weight of the stones is about 14 tons each. With these huge rocks, Ed built walls, erected a tower, and a 22-ton obelisk. He made a variety of furniture, including beds and rocking chairs, as well as a fountain, table, well, sundial, and throne. Apparently fascinated with astronomy, Ed carved a stone telescope and even erected large stone depictions of Jupiter, Saturn, and the Moon from blocks weighing as much as 23 tons. For the most part, each carving and piece is made from a single stone. The tallest stones reach 25 feet, while the heaviest rock weighs nearly 30 tons. Using no joint compound or mortar, the massive stones, when combined together, are held in place by their own weight. They are so well constructed and heavy that during the Category 5 Hurricane Andrew in 1992, none of the stones shifted and the 8-foot wall was not affected and remains to this day of uniform height around the wall. Perhaps the most spectacular structure on the grounds is the 8-foot tall revolving gate, carved to exacting specifications that clears the wall next to it by a mere quarter of an inch. Before it needed repair in '86, it was widely reported that the swivel was so well designed that the gate could be opened with just the push of a finger. When it broke in '86, the 9-ton gate required 6 men and a crane to remove and reinstall what Ed put up alone. What they discovered when they did the repair was that he'd used a metal shaft placed in a hole drilled through the stone, positioned to balance the gate perfectly. The shaft itself sat on a truck bearing. What had caused the gate to break was simply that the bearing became rusted. They replaced the bearing and shaft and again had to fix it in 2005, but today it is no longer quite so easy to open and close as it once was. So with all their high technology, cranes and whatever, they could not duplicate what Ed did by himself. So how did he do it? The article goes on. Ed believed that the animating force in the universe does not come from protons and electrons in the atom, but rather from tiny magnets of different and opposite polarity that imbue all matter. In his book, Magnetic Current, Ed explained his basic principle. Because the magnet can be shifted and concentrated, you can see that the metal is not the real magnet. The real magnet is the substance that is circulating in the metal. Each particle in the substance is an individual magnet by itself and contains both north and south pole individual magnets. They are so small they can pass through anything. In fact, they can pass through metal easier than through the air. They are in constant motion, running one kind of magnets against the other kind, and if guided in the right channels, they possess perpetual power. It is this perpetual power that Ed claims to have harnessed in order to move, carve, and place his humongous stones. The power itself came from a machine he dubbed the perpetual motion holder. He built it on his idea that electricity is made up of two magnetic forces that move opposite each other in a double helix motion. Ed's machine was composed of two coiled wires, each having its own terminal and current, and connected to each other nose to tail in a circuit. This completed circuit allowed individual magnets to form into one of two currents and the currents to chase each other in a never-ending loop. Ed claimed that by directing his perpetual electromagnetic energy, he could easily manipulate the large stones. According to unverified reports, the massive rocks would then be floated into place like hydrogen balloons. Deriding the theories of conventional archaeologists, Ed is quoted as saying he had found out how the Egyptians and the ancient builders of Peru, Yucatan, and Asia, with only primitive tools, raised and set in place blocks of stone weighing many tons. Okay, so how did he learn this? It doesn't say. And in the research I've done on him, I cannot find how he learned this. Now, he comes from a family of stonemasons. Of course, if they all knew the secret, then I think that would be a very famous family. So I don't think he learned it from his family, but maybe he got some hints that started his research. Is Ed's machine real? Several people have claimed to have successfully constructed one, including Russell Martin, Norden, Chris Sykes, and Matt, whoever. But as you might imagine, hard documented, well-vetted evidence of a full-size machine that can float stones around, as he said, is hard to come by. Yeah, really. Which is unfortunate because such a technology would finally, presumably, give us a flying car. Yeah. That'd be cool. Okay, let's look at some pictures of his work here. All right, these are all things that he moved without a crane. And he weighs 100 pounds. There he is. You can see how big he is compared to these giant stones. Yeah. So big old stones. This is his little garden area. That's the entrance. I guess that's where the gate would have been. You can see those huge stones. Oh yeah, there's the tower. Is that where the throne room is? I'd love to visit that place. And there's no mortar. I'm looking. It seems like I'm seeing some mortar there, but I can't quite tell. Maybe that was built by somebody else at a later time. But yeah, those are the huge blocks, and yeah, I'm not seeing any mortar there. Interesting. So how did he do this? Did he discover some Atlantean technology or anything like that? I mean, really, that is super fascinating. Is that his machine? I don't know, guys. I went to his book on Amazon, and I'll show that to you. Here it is, Magnetic Current by Edward Leedskalnin. On Kindle, it's $1.99. So you can own The Secrets of the Pyramids for $2, potentially. Don't quote me on that. No guarantees. Yeah, so what do the reviews say? Ed's original drawings of his setups are essential for understanding. Yeah, and this booklet does not have those drawings, apparently. So apparently it's kind of useless without those drawings. So why did not they? Yeah, all diagrams removed. Great find. Love the book. Okay, fascinating. Yeah, so interesting stuff. I do not know what to make of it. I really have no clue. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have you done any research on Ed? Do you know how he was able to do these incredible things? Okay, here's what they say in Wikipedia. This was kind of interesting. His moral education. His first and longest booklet that he wrote, A Treatise on Moral Education, is printed on only the left-hand pages and begins with the following preface. Reader, if for any reason you do not like the things I say in the little book, I left just as much space as I used, so you can write your own opinion opposite and see if you can do better. I love that. I'm a novelist. I should start doing that in my books. If you don't like it, I'll leave a blank page and you can write your own. Brilliant. Unfortunately, Wikipedia doesn't say anything about how he was able to come up with these amazing abilities or whatever it was. It just says he had a new theory of magnetism and off he ran with it. Anyway, a fascinating story. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did Ed rediscover lost high technology of the ancients, of the builders of the pyramids, of Atlantis, of whatever? Is that what he did, or did he discover an entirely new technique to do these things? And he wrote a book about it, but nobody else is smart enough to have duplicated it in all these years, at least that they've shared with the rest of us. Is that what happened? And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Please smash the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Please join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. And please, if you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. See the first line in the description below, and there's 2 tiers of membership to receive exclusive access in videos. Until next time, this is Jack with Cosmic Road.